Here's some things to consider when inviting a blind friend for dinner. I'm partly blind, so here's my take on it. So when you first come in the door, you want to tell your friend where they can put their shoes and where they can hang their coat up, or you can take their coat for them. This is because people who are low vision or blind can't always see where you're putting your shoes. And hey, we're Canada, so we take our shoes off. The next thing to consider is obstacles or things that we might hurt ourselves on. So for example, a stairway down to the basement, we might want to know about that. Also, obstacles that might be on the floor, such as infants or small animals. Because honestly, tripping over Old Yeller, not very fun. The next thing to consider is a tour of the house. Maybe not the entire house, you don't want to show them your bedroom. But if the person who is low vision or blind knows where the washroom is, that's always good. One thing to keep in mind is that if I ask a question about where something might be, don't assume that that I know where it is because I've already been there. As someone who is blind or low vision, we have to keep a lot of layouts in our head. So sometimes things might need a reminder. It's always a good thing to remind the person who is blind or low vision to ask anything if they're a little unsure, because they might forget and you might forget something that they might need support with. And so it's always good to be open about that. When you're going into the dining room, it's a good idea to let them know where they're going to be situated at the table, whether at the head, the left side, the right side, or the tail, foot, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, when they do sit down, put their hand on the back of the chair so that they know which direction the chair is facing. I have fallen off the side of a chair 1 or 2 times in my life. Another thing to do is to tell them you're going to be sitting here and you have this person on your left and this person on your right, so that they know who they can talk to directly, especially if that person doesn't speak first. So now that they're sitting down, it's time to talk about the food. When you're plating certain things, if you have the versatility, try and contrast your food to the dishware. So if you're cooking something like chicken, try and put it on something dark, like a darker colored plate. If you're doing pork or ham or something darker, try having it on a lighter colored plate. This helps people who have low vision and who struggle with contrast. Also, for me, I prefer to eat from a bowl because it's easier than chasing something around a plate. So that's something else to consider when serving somebody. So when it comes to serving food, when someone who's blind or low vision is at a new location, sometimes it's harder for us to serve ourselves. And it's okay if somebody says, hey, I want to do that myself, offer that option, right? But if they ask if you can do it for them, when you set their plate down, give them a description of what's on their plate and ask them if a clock description would work. If so, tell them your chicken's at 12 o'clock, your carrots are at 3 o'clock, and it gives them a better spatial reasoning as to where their stuff is. If you offer them a beverage, which, hey, every host should do, and they say yes, tell them where you've put it based on where their plate is, where their knives and forks or spoons are, basically that kind of stuff. So give them a frame of reference so they're not feeling their way around and almost accidentally knocking over a glass, which I've done several times. So these are just some tips to remember when having a blind or low vision friend for dinner. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Please remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share. And as always, thanks for watching.